Hello, it's Phillip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers, and I'm looking this morning at a book from Class Legal. It's this book here, Costs and Fees Encyclopaedia 2011 to 2012 edition. It's got a subheading of the Comprehensive Compendium of Costs and Fees for Civil and Criminal Lawyers. And the editorial board consists of Michael Bacon, Peter Rogers, Keith Biggs, Wendy Popplewell and Jazz Schra. We've given it a title, A Contemporary Costs and Fees Compendium for Busy Practitioners, and that's what it is. This is the actual book itself. It's a paperback. That's the back showing the contents. What you've actually got in here is very important information. For instance, in civil proceedings here, you've got a whole series of detailed pieces of information. In this case, it's concerning various sections of the legislation. We're looking specifically here actually at the practice direction itself. Then later on in the book, you've got something I've found extremely helpful, which are important cases and decisions. That again is quite important if you're arguing against a particularly difficult judge about certain issues which you feel you've got a strong point, because obviously the discretion element is always important, and that gives you some idea of some of the tables. I'm very pleased with this book. I think it's a very important contribution, and this is what we've said about it in our written statement, and in fact it's hopefully appearing in various journals as well. Class legal publications are fast becoming one of the most important modern resources for legal practitioners, not just in family matters, but across the entire civil and criminal jurisdictions. That's why we welcome the new edition of Costs and Fees, which sets out in 5 sections all you'll really want to know on the costs front. It's a great addition, of course, to the contentious litigation library. This encyclopedia is rightly described as a new and comprehensive compendium of costs and fees for civil and criminal lawyers in one handy and portable volume in an easy A4 format. As I say, it's a paperback and it's quite light. It's not a heavy book to carry around. Also, as a further help, the title is updated and published annually with new information posted on the web, created for the purpose as costs and fee. It's actually at the costsandfees.co.uk website. I say that because when we put it in the format these days, you can't actually write out the website itself. In addition, practitioners can sign up for the free monthly cost law bulletins, which feature the latest cases reported in the cost law reports. So there's a nice link in to that particular area. The contents cover a series of areas in 5 parts, which are listed there. I won't go into them now. They're fully available. One of the other things I think that's important is that there is another sister publication, At a Glance, which I've also found extremely helpful and reviewed elsewhere. The issue, of course, of both costs and fees are both greatly misunderstood by the lay client, and also it's a subject of much confusion because the bottom line for nearly all litigants is money and the worry about what the judge is going to award or deny them. One of the expert contributors, Wendy Popplewell, who's the former ACLD chairman, has summed up the requirements we have as practitioners in the following succinct way when she says that the costs law reports are absolutely vital for all costs draftsmen. The expert editors, Master Rogers and Michael Bacon, discover and report so many cases which are either not reported elsewhere or not reported for a very long time. I know that they have been sorely missed by many of our members since their publication faltered late in 2008. So this really has come in as a sort of gap. We're therefore delighted, she goes on to say, that Class Legal have committed to getting the publication back on track and will be offering an improved service. As we say, brilliantly put. The thing is that we need this sort of information. As I indicated, the case law itself is very helpful. One way in which the editorial board have covered the reporting of costs cases in the encyclopedia is slightly different from the normal A to Z way method of using subject headings. I indicated that earlier. For instance, there's proportionality, which is shown there. Again, I think that's quite useful because you're going straight to the theme you're looking at. The sheer complexity of the costs and fees regimes and the highly detailed tables and orders which we have to deal with are well set out to ease the confusion which we all face. Whilst many would agree that we need a much more simplified system for both costs and fees, Class Legal have produced a practitioner service which is spot on for our current requirements during this very tough economic period for all litigants and advisors, and we recommend it to everybody. It's certainly something that the contentious litigant who's acting for a whole variety of clients will need in their bag. So thank you to all concerned for an excellent contribution. Bye bye.